Do you want to maximize your gains? Have you ever asked yourself, what is the secret magical formula for maximum muscle growth? What is it? What pill do I have to take? What liquid do I have to inject into me? What is it do I have to do? What diet plan, what training protocol do I have to do to make myself look like the guys on the magazines? Well, let me tell you guys, I'm going to get real with you. There's no magical formula, believe it or not. There's no one weird tip. There's no pill. There's no nutrient timing diet that's going to help you attain the body that you want to. With that being said, I do have some good news. So your own body has its own individual way that it can get to its best appearance. You just have to find that way, and that's the hardest part, guys. I'm gonna be honest, that's the hardest part. We're all individuals, and you have to find the one that works best for you. The plan, diet, supplement, whatever it is that you buy today might work well for 90% of the population, but it also might work perfectly for 1% of the population. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you get average, perfect. That's what I'm trying to say here. With that being said, I have found a solution, believe it or not. Find what works well for you first, what works well, and then keep on restricting that down till it works perfectly. I'll make a video on that later, but let's get to the task. You're probably sitting here wondering, all right, Vince, get to the point. What training regimen are you on now? What crazy diet are you telling me to do so I can look shredded? What is it, Vince? Quit beating around the bush. Look, guys, it's plain and simple. You have to take care of your body first to maximize muscle gains. And what I mean by take care of your body, that means outside of the gym. That means when you're not in the gym lifting weights. I'm talking about when you're home. And the three things that I think will maximize your potential for muscle gains is recovery, digestion, and just plain old eating. My first point, we're going to talk about recovery. So recovery is where gains are made. Yeah, we beat ourselves up in the gym. We're doing curls till we die. We're doing squats till our backs are blown out. But until you recover, that's all for naught. You're beating yourself up. You're tearing up those muscle fibers. And hopefully, the next time you hit those muscles, you're squatting heavier, or you notice difference in your size. Because when you tear down the muscle fibers, when you recover by eating, sleeping, you're going to hopefully build those up bigger and stronger. That's the whole point of bodybuilding. So, just paint a picture for you guys. Let's say you're cramming for finals, you're getting 4 hours of sleep, and whenever you do pass your finals with a C+, because C's get degrees, what you're going to do is you're going to go out on the weekends and take 15 shots of tequila. Now, that's all fun and games, and I've been there. But obviously, you're not going to recover optimally if you weren't doing that. Compared to someone who, lifts for a living, a professional bodybuilder, who her job, is to wake up, eat, work out, and sleep. And if they have a company, they're working on the day-to-day things, but mostly they're making their, product managers do that, their marketing managers do that, their taste testing, yada, yada, yada. But essentially, nothing compared to the, guy who's, in med school, taking his finals, it's not the same, not the same. So, how do you go about recovering better? I'm sure you guys are asking that. How do you go about doing that? How do you go about recovering better? Well, it's pretty simple. So, to name a few, we're going to do, get better sleep, stress less frequently, and eat better. And there's a couple ways. You can throw into different techniques like ice baths, but, really in all reality, the main three factors are eat, sleep, and stress less. Invest in your own health, guys. If you want to build as much muscle as possible, period. And you got to have priorities. If you want to go out every weekend and party, then maybe building as much muscle isn't as high. You gotta think about that. My second point here is digestion. My favorite. So have you guys ever eaten something where it just doesn't feel right? It sits in your stomach, you feel bloated, you feel lethargic, you feel maybe tired, or after you feel like gassy, your stomach's distended, you just feel bad, you just feel terrible. These are the signs that digestion might need to be improved in your life. How can you do that? Well, you're in luck. I'm going to show you guys today what you can do. Plain and simple, you can just stop eating that food. If it's, Rice Krispies treats, don't eat those anymore. But because the body takes longer than when the body takes longer than usual to digest your food that you just ate, that's taking away precious time for you to recover and build more muscle. Because when your body's focused on getting rid of the bad food you're having a bad reaction to, when your body's trying to get rid of all the bloatedness in your stomach, that takes away from the recovery. So so your body has less time to rebuild your muscle than it does to actually but it spends its time making yourself feel less like shit. Okay, so in perspective, I'm just going to give you an example. Dairy products, I had these listed here. So processed sugary foods, Brussels sprouts, pork, dairy, and white pasta. Those 5 things, just off the top of my head, I don't digest well. I don't know what it is. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me whenever I eat a whole bunch of dairy. So I try to avoid these foods as much as possible. However, donuts are life. So you guys gotta understand is that sometimes I do have cheat meals, and if I do go and have maybe a half dozen donuts, I know, weird, I might feel like crap for the first 15 minutes afterwards. But I like to do a certain number of things to help myself get back away from feeling like crap and then back to feeling like normal, so that I can go back to recovery and still, maybe enjoy a donut or 6. If you guys have any of the same foods or any different foods, put them down in the bottom, in the comments section. And if you do, I'll go ahead and give some tips on how I actually was able to fix these problems. My third point here is just plain old eat better. Eat more healthy foods. I don't care what anyone says. A Pop-Tart is not the same as brown rice. It's just not. It's not the same. The macros may be the same, but you're talking about micronutrients. You're talking about the healthiness of that product, processed versus unprocessed. It can't be the same. But I'm not going to go on that. I'm not going to delve into that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about chicken, because everyone likes chicken, right? Chicken is the main staple of a bodybuilding diet, at least I feel. So you've been to a supermarket before. You go and buy the big chicken packets, about $2 a pound, and you read the package and you say, may be enhanced with natural flavors and up to 15% saline solution. So some of you guys might have brushed that off and say, oh, that's just, normal. That's what everyone does. Well, here's the thing, which blows my mind kind of. Why would you need to add natural flavors to chicken? I just got to take a step back and think about that. Isn't that natural enough? Isn't chicken itself, the meat, natural enough? I don't know. I don't know what you could possibly add to chicken to make it seem like more natural tasting. Unless, whatever, I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, on the flip side, that salt solution or saline solution. So companies actually pump salt water or a saline solution, maybe electrolyte, whether it's potassium or sodium, into that chicken breast to make it fuller, more juicier. So that's great and all. Thanks, companies. But one thing that I just wouldn't like and I try to avoid is cooking that meat in with the other things that I'm going to eat. So if I'm making chicken and broccoli, I want to make sure that that's not a good, if I make chicken and green beans, let's just say, I like to cook my chicken separate from my green beans because I don't want that saline solution mixing in. And I would rather just have the most I just cut my losses, guys. I'm not going to get all that stuff out. I'm not going to get all the natural flavors out, but cut my losses. And on the flip side, let's talk about your local butcher's chicken, because everyone has a local butcher, right? Right. So when you're going down to your local butcher and you say, hey, Butch, I want to get some chicken breast. What are you going to sell it to me for? And whenever he says that number, I have no idea because I don't have a local butcher, it's going to be at least twice. It might be like $4 a pound at least. And you're going to say, okay, I'm going back to Kroger, Giant Eagle, whatever, for my chicken because it's not worth paying an arm and a leg for. So with that being said, guys, I know it's hard whenever you're eating a lot, especially chicken, and you got to pay you're paying so much money every time you go to the grocery store to meal prep. It's just like, oh my God, I'm just barely getting by and I'm getting the worst kind of foods. So I understand it. But like I said earlier, with my tip, just cook those meats separately and just cut your losses. You'll see in this video that all 3 points kind of mesh together here. So if you just improve one, like your sleep, you're going to recover better and you're going to build more, you're going to notice that you feel better. Maybe you're stronger in the gym. Or if you want to do all 3, like I said, if you want to, have better recovery, if you want to, eat better foods and you want to digest better, then you're going to actually see a world of difference. And I don't care what anyone says. These 3 are the foundation of a lifting program. If you want to follow it, if you're trying to build muscle, if you're trying to lose weight, I don't care what it is, what your fitness goal is, this needs to be your foundation. Because if you're beating yourself up in the gym, and if you're, eating all the macros that you can, and if you're just, feeding yourself ramen, Oreos, whatever it is, you're not going to see the results as if you actually took the time out of your day and make sure you focused on the inner process, on your digestion, your recovery. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. You got to make that foundation strong so you can build a better physique. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what it's something that just overlooked. When I was a kid, people would talk, make sure you stretch before you work out, make sure you're always working on sleeping, and I would say, yeah, okay. And if you guys are still watching after my lecture, this wasn't supposed to be a rant. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if it came off that way, but I'm just trying to make sure that you guys actually take a look and know what you're putting in your body and think about it. I'm not a hippie by any means, guys. I'm not. You guys know I've taken in artificial sweeteners. I've taken in, artificial flavorings. Anything to save a calorie, right, guys? Anything to save a calorie. Because when you're doing a competition, just as well as I do, you're trying to save as many calories as you can, so you focus on, consuming less. But, it's just like, oh my God, how many times can you eat chicken and broccoli? So yeah, I've been there, guys. And I'm not trying to say, avoid those foods altogether, because if it works for you, then it works for you. But think about it. Natural is better than unnatural. You guys know that. And now, last thing I want to leave with you guys. If none of this made sense to you, and if it's a bunch of jargon, kind of summarize. Think of your lifting program as a vacation. You're leaving your house and you don't think about filling up your gas tank, getting your tire pressure to where it needs to be, or I don't know, like an oil change or something before you go on a long trip, cross country. You're going to have to stop because of one of these 3 things before you reach your destination. And it's going to deter you. It's going to slow the process down. Damn, Vince, that was a good analogy. Give me a thumbs up for that one. So anyway, guys, You have to make sure that you do the preparation, make sure you do the work in the background so you can have a great trip to your destination. Because you don't want to stop along the way. You don't want to have a slow progress. You don't have any slow progress. You want to get there as soon as possible and have a good ass time. Fill up your gas tank, get an oil change, and make sure your tires are filled up. You want to make sure those 3 things are done. I'm obviously not an expert on cars, guys. I kind of just revealed that to you. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy the video, guys. Give me a thumbs up and share this video. And please subscribe if you haven't. You guys are just I'm blessed because I have you guys here. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay flexed.